Do 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 do. I hope that's framed up well. Anyway, this is take two of the fucking video I was trying to make about this movie because I'm just fucking rambling about it like a fucking maniac. It was like I got into like 20 minutes of just going like, oh god, it's so cool, oh fuck. But yeah, I just saw this movie called The Guest, right? By Adam Wingard, the guy who's responsible for like um You're Next, and if you've ever seen that, it's them. It's the one the guys with the sheep masks fucking murdering people in a house. Or I think he did like shorts for the ABCs of Death and the VHS series. He's kind of like one of those directors, and he's done a bunch of other shit too that I haven't seen. Actually, these are like the big four that I've seen of him. But yeah, man, The Guest is awesome. It's a weird fucking movie. It's very cool though. Like narratively, it's weird because it starts out like it definitely reminded me of like one of those kind of like late 80s 90s like stalker movies to begin with. It was like you know the ones I mean, where they're like single white female and shit like that. Like Hand That Rocks the Cradle maybe is one. The Good Son. There's a few of them. Not so much Fatal Attraction. Nothing where like anybody's having like sexy time, but like stuff where they meet like a cool guy or girl, you know, and everybody thinks everything's fine and they just turn out to be a fucking psycho. It's one of those. It starts out as one of those movies, and it, like this guy gets back from like the fucking wars, you know, that are going on now, and he supposedly goes to like the house of his dead friend's parents, and they like start living together, and he starts like solving their like children's problems through violence, which is fucking awesome. But yeah, it goes on like that for a while, and it's at first I was bored by it, but a lot of people have been repping this movie to me. They've been like, "The fucking Guest, you're gonna love it. Just just trust us, right?" You know, like I can't give it away how cool it is, like you know, like I do, right? But just in person. So I'm like, okay, man, I'm gonna give it a shot. I'm gonna roll with all this kind of stuff I've like seen before, like you know this territory that we've tread in like movies for like a long time. But yeah, it goes on like that for like a while, and it's not bad. You know, it's like kind of cool. It's like a well paced like kind of thriller like that. You know, but then around the midpoint of the movie, it turns into a fucking spy thriller like out of nowhere. Like this evil defense contractor, you know, which actually also turns up in You're Next, which puts these two movies in the same continuity with each other, and that's awesome. I just like that kind of shit where like, you know, people who worked on like a movie will throw it in like a larger fucking context with like other movies they've done. It's super cool. I don't know. It's just my like geeky bullshit thing that I like. Like when like Quentin Tarantino does his fake cigarettes and all that jazz. But anyway, okay. Back to The Guest. The Guest is cool. It turns into a fucking spy thriller. Like this guy, as it turns out, he's like some crazy medical experiment gone wrong that was like supposed to create like some like badass like soldier people with like just like no fucking like emotions and like crazy shit happening, you know, like super strength and stuff. He's like pretty much like I don't know how to explain it, but like because they never explain it in the movie. They never explain exactly what they did to this guy to make him a badass, but he's like some kind of experiment, some kind of like weird MK Ultra kind of a spooky like kind of brainwash plus maybe something else, you know, because he gets shot and stabbed a lot and it doesn't like exactly matter. But anyway, so this whole fucking shit comes out. So it turns into a spy thriller for a while, And it also turns into one of the, and it also like treads the territory of one of those movies where it's like some high school kids like know of a crime, you know, but nobody fucking believes them because they're like little kids, or they're not little kids, but they're like teenagers, you know. And everyone's like, nah, you're full of shit, you know. So they have to like investigate it and fucking like, you know, do all that stuff themselves. Like that's going on, and the spy thing is going on with this guy, and they're trying to figure out who he is and everything. And yeah. In the end, right after like this team of like assassins come to kill this dude, and he freaks out, and he just fucks up like the entire town they're living in. He's like throwing grenades into diners, and fucking like he stabs the dude's mom, and like he's just fucking like going just ape shit crazy. He like at the end it's got like a slasher movie ending. It turns into like kind of like a classical like horror film with like the end set piece and like the kind of like the guy like following him around through like a maze. Like it all goes down at the end of this at the end of this movie. It all goes like the like end set pieces. It's like some rec center where they're gonna have like a Halloween party, and like they make this fucking Halloween maze. So this like actual crazy, like super well trained assassin guys like running around this fucking maze, like trying to murder these people, and like all the shit's going on, like all the spooky like chains and fucking like feet and like the wall that like pounds at you and stuff when you walk by, like all that shit's happening, and there's like smoke all over the floor. It's a fucking sweet set piece. But it definitely reminded me of films like, oh man, there's that one that takes place on New Year's Eve, and it's like some people, there's like a punk show or something happening on New Year's Eve, and like there's like an evil guy. I think it's called New Year's Evil. Is kind of what it felt like. It's like kind of like a cross between that and oh man, that one where the one where they get stuck in the fucking like funhouse, and there's that mutant in there. Is it called Funhouse? It might be. I can't remember. Now I'm drawing a blank on all this shit because this movie is so fucking cool. And it was cool largely because it respected the tradition of an ending set piece, which is like something we haven't like been doing too much in movies lately. It's like, but that's a good thing. Like a set piece is like just like an interesting fucking cool place where shit can go down like at the end of a movie, it generally like thematically has something to do with the rest of the movie. You know, like fucking like classic set piece would be, trying to think of a really cool one. Well, I don't know, like in like Hard Boiled, for example, they got that whole hospital at the end, fucking giant set piece. Or like well, I guess like Die Hard, like the entire movie is a set piece. It's based around that, so it doesn't really count. Or like Speed, like on the train. You know, that's like the set piece ending. Or like, I don't know, Last Boy Scout. They fucking like they go crazy in that like giant stadium and stuff. All this stuff is like set piece shit. It's like some cool, interesting location that they can shoot like really well. And the whole thing's like really well shot too. It's like, because it's like a Halloween maze, so there's like smoke and like weird lights and shit happening, and like they go out on like a little disco dance floor, and there's like a whole bunch of crap happening out there. The guy puts on a CD of some fucking sweet ass music. Like the soundtrack of this movie is fucking awesome. It's like, it's a cross between modern like synth stuff, like Perturbator and like all those guys. You know, it sounds like evil video game music. And they also have people like Front 242 and like Clan of Zymox and shit, and like Joy Division, I think. No, Love and Rockets has a song on the soundtrack. So they kind of blend up this like traditional, actual like 80s, early 90s music with like modern stuff that's kind of like a take on it, which is kind of, it's cool because that's kind of what the movie's doing as well. Because like the movie feels like very fucking like John Carpenter. You know, like it's kind of, it's got that whole vibe. It's like, feels like one of those kind of throwback movies that we've been having lately. but they did it right. Like Wingard definitely did it right. He didn't go over like he didn't go overtly crazy with it. He just kind of, it's got the same feel, it's got the same emotion as like kind of like a classic like horror thriller action film from like the time periods that he's referencing, but it's with a modern, like within a modern context, and it feels perfectly natural. It's got that same heart, and it's got that same kind of it's got that same flair to it. So yeah, man, The Guest, it's awesome soundtrack, sweet fucking ending set piece. It's like the end is like classic slasher film shit, because they think they kill the guy, and then at the end, like the lady like sees him escaping like from a fucking building, like with like dressed as like a different dude. Not to give away of course I did give away the ending, but it's pretty obvious what's gonna happen. Like there's like it kind of like there's a few twists, but they're pretty like you're gonna see him coming. Like everything in this movie is super fucking predictable. So, anything you hear from this like little review, it's not going to affect your enjoyment of the film like at all, because like, you're going to fucking see all this shit coming from like a mile away. But it's going to be fun to watch. It's going to be fun to watch all the shit that goes on leading up to all this. So yeah, like it's got like it's really well shot, really well lit, really well edited. Great soundtrack, good performances from everyone. Everyone turns in like a really good performance. Like, and it's just fucking it's weird, and it's fun enough to just like, make you all stupid and giddy like I am right now. So awesome. Go find The Guest and watch it. I think it's on. Yeah, I saw it on Netflix, so it's like really easily accessible. It's not like a big deal. And also check out check out You're Next. That's on Netflix as well. It's that's a good one. It's not quite as fun as The Guest, like I gotta admit. Like just like as like a little aside, a little addendum. What I thought of the You're Next. I watched these both in a row because I watched The Guest. I'm like, oh shit, he also did this movie. Nice. Oh god damn it, I would watch that. It's fun, but it's more like it feels like a short film that got real long somehow. Like as a matter of fact, The Guest kind of feels like that too, but it's not exactly like the same. But it's like there's like one premise throughout the whole thing that the entire thing is based on. And at the end, there's kind of like a punchline, and it's like, oh shit, and then it's done, But yeah, like it's still a good movie. So watch that and watch The Guest. Adam Wingard's awesome. Except for I'm not a big fan of VHS. I don't know why. ABC's of Death is cool, but VHS. Yeah, but like he only does like segments of those anyway. Okay, The Guest. Watch that shit. You're gonna dig it. Trust me.